take it and eat it, and you cut into little cubes as well, same size. Okay, I can add more. Now, the Nonya Bak Chang is very sweet. It's like a minced meat, it's very sweet. Now, the other thing you have, I wear gloves. Okay, the color is very beautiful now. Look at the flower. Can you pass the whole thing around? Pass it around.
Very nice.
Very nice, fragrant. Okay, you also cook by smell, okay, everybody? Behind, you can come and stand up behind me if you want. Those sitting behind can stand up behind me as long as you don't block somebody. Now, if you add liquid to food before it develops the smell, it will never develop more than that. It will stop. So you must try to develop enough. Yeah? Now, this one, you just remove the pork skin. Yeah. And you know the pork skin is very important in the stew, right? Gelatinous. That's why good German stews also have pork skin, okay? Now, and then you cut into dice. Now, this is a very Hokkien tradition. Peranakans are Hokkien. And Hokkien people always boil their pork first before cutting. A lot of the dishes, okay? The reason being, this is how you get beautiful straight edges. Now, sometimes you see a Hong Kong stir for me. Sometimes you see a Hong Kong recipe that says double cook and it is double cook. What they do is they boil it first, okay? Then they slice it, and then they stir fry it. This is double cook. So that's done. Just hold on. If you're very budget conscious, I'm starting to burn. This is okay. It's getting brown. Just alright, use that one. If you're very budget conscious, don't throw away the sweet potato water, make it into soup. And it's nutrition. Okay, my next step is what do I put in, everybody? In chubby. I think I'll put in the mushroom because they haven't been cooked, okay? And I fry it well. Now I'm going to turn off this thing. And it's such a huge smell. Now it's very important to have a very high kitchen because the smell goes off. Have you realized that? So if you are a multi-millionaire's wife or multi-millionaire or a multi-millionaire tai that you should build a kitchen at home either outdoor or very high. Okay, invest in it because it makes a difference. Like you know, I cook, but I cannot stand the smell of cooking food. So I don't like an open plan where it goes around the whole house. You know. So this is it. What do I put in this? Can you tell me?
The pork belly.
Okay. Now the reason I'm frying the mushroom is I want it to, the longer I fry it over, like not high heat. Now this is a nice sizzle, it's not too loud, it's not, you must have, can you hear the sizzle? You cannot, better come here, come behind me, I'm not joking, because this is how you learn to cook. Okay, I'm going to put the pork. Now I could have different portions, I could have more mushroom, I could have more winter melon. Now it's a very sweet item. Now what happens if somebody has diabetes in your family, you cannot cook this, you know what I mean? Unless you can put a sugar substitute. Now, yeah, can we just press the sweet potato? So, this happens to be a potato masher, which isn't very good.
A metal one.
Yeah, can we just go and invest in a metal one like now, downstairs in the supermarket? Okay. Okay, so, yeah, okay. Linda, you know these two wonderful ladies are retired teachers and you can tell, right? Okay. Now, so, lot. Now I don't want it to burn. I don't need too much water. I'm just going to add a little, okay? So that it doesn't burn. This is what you do. Now, two things to tell you in this health conscious days, okay? People just take a look of sugar and go into shop. And then without thinking, is this supposed to be for one person or is it supposed to be 100 portions? Okay, this will give you about 25 Bak Chang actually if you've done it. Now, that's number one. So, I think a lot of people are putting less of everything. Don't put less of everything in a traditional dish. Because it's going to taste like nothing on earth. And it's not going to taste heavenly, it's going to taste grateful. Right? So what people do, next thing to remember, okay, can we, no water, can we add water? The next thing to realize is that I went on a major diet last year. I lost too much weight. I'm telling you that my neck was looking like a 30 budget, so I put on weight again. After a certain age, it's either your face or your body, okay? And then the face is more important. Now, what happens is that, if you notice it, very rich food you can't eat a lot of. Right? Now, when the food is tasteless, you may be eating more and you don't realize. So when it's cooked to its proper richness, you actually cannot eat a lot. You know, and if you think of it, so you're not going to eat much of it. And it's better to have very rich food that you get jelak after 3 mouthfuls and it's so yummy-licious and so is that when you put in enough sugar, it caramelizes. Second thing to remember is that when you buy processed food, you will not realize the amount of sugar and salt that goes in to give a nice taste. I know it because I bought plum sauce and I was trying to create that plum sauce flavor with ground raisins. And you know, I put so much of the lime sauce taste, I put so much of the salt, I put so much of the sugar. To get that actual taste, you will not believe the amount of salt and sugar that goes in concentrated. And we are eating that all the time. Yeah? So that's the second one. The third thing to remember is that this food is not supposed to be eaten every day. In the olden days, it would be once a year. And so Chinese New Year, Bak Chang, and I think maybe to remember that you know, when I eat at home, I eat very simply steamed food or something. But when you eat something special, it has to be special. And it was once a year food, but we're eating once a year food every day of our life. So that's a lot. It's very Hokkien. Hokkien flavors come from white pepper powder, a bit of salt. Now coriander, I explained to you. No, and the third thing to remember is that when I tell people, when you're cooking for enjoyment, you're supposed to enjoy it. You're supposed to enjoy food maybe 3 times a month, okay? The rest of it you're supposed to just eat plain, like olden days. Fried veggie and you know, and the rice, that's about it. Now, when you're enjoying food, and especially when you're cooking, thanks so much Freddie, we really need your help. When you're cooking for guests, I tell people, you know, when a chef in a restaurant cooks something healthy, everybody says they don't know how to cook, right? Am I correct? Nobody likes the food tasteless, can't cook and all that. So when you're cooking for friends, the point is not whether you kill them, you know. The point is how you're going to impress them. That's very important. So you have to cook really yummy because otherwise they say you can't cook. Healthy food never works in a restaurant because they say the chef can't cook, this restaurant can't cook tasteless, okay? So it works at home when you're cooking for yourself, when you're eating every day. This is not what you eat every day. And you eat every day plain, you know, steamed fish, and maybe even like pan fried without oil can be done. So coriander powder is very important in Peranakan cooking. What happens is that you saw the coriander seeds, never buy a powder because you actually have to toast it. In the old days, it would toast on a wok, on a dry heat. I put it in the oven about 10-15 minutes, but you have to stir it every 5 minutes. It has to smell cooked, but not burnt. You can tell it when you actually do it. So there's a lot of it.
The smell is coming out.
The smell is coming out. Yeah.
Then when you do the sweet potato mix.
Okay.
The sweet potato.
So when this is being done, I'm now going to cook my. Can I have my sweet potato? I'm going to now take this out and I'm going to make it cold quickly. Now if I'm going to make it cold quickly, I'm actually going to do it by putting a bit of it in the freezer, flat. Okay, on a plate, on a porcelain plate, not metal.